Hi guys, welcome back. So today I want to do something new, but it's kind of like something old. I'm just going to tweak it. I'm in my chill out clothes and I didn't want to do nothing with my hair. I just threw on some makeup because I honestly wanted to play with some new makeup and I wanted to film. I didn't want to lose this thought of what I wanted to do. So as most of you know who are not new here, I am as broke as a joke. Okay, I live in a trailer. Most of the time drugstore makeup is out of my budget and I struggle with that. And a lot of the products that I get are indie brands, which are expensive, or they're high-end, like extremely high-end to luxury, because someone either sends them to me or I get them through Octoly, and that's how I get my products. So it's really hard for me as someone who's broke to use and talk about products that I can't go out and purchase myself. It seems off to me in some way, but then I was talking to my husband about it and he was telling me how it makes perfect sense that someone in my budget and financial situation should review products like this, because it can tell people without a doubt if this is something coming from someone who is broke as a joke, if it was something that I would actually save up and buy and purchase, if it's like the ultimate completely worth it type of product. So I want to do something a lot like my I Hauled It But Did I Like It. And if you're new here, welcome. I know a lot of people came over from Jessica's channel. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so just overjoyed. My I Hauled It's are products where I get new makeup in, new items, and I bring them back and I review them in detail. And that's what I want to do here. I want to take luxury products, or what I consider luxury products in my budget range, and I want to review them and come to a conclusion on whether I think that they are worth the purchase, worth the wish list, you know, worth asking someone to get them on a holiday, worth saving up for, you know, whatever. However you get your products that are more luxury when you are broke as well, if they're worth it, if they're worth even looking at. Because as someone who is very, very broke, when you save up for a product, you want to make sure it's going to be everything to you. Everything. It's going to be something you can use a lot, something that is worth the money, and something that you're going to never regret purchasing. So let's go ahead and get into some of these products that I think are luxury, and I'll let you know how I'm feeling about them. Whew, that was a long ass intro. I'm out of breath. So the first thing that I want to talk about is an eyeshadow palette, and this is from Bobbi Brown. Now this is one of the first things I have tried personally from Bobbi Brown. It's a gorgeous, I mean, they really put in a lot of thought into this palette. This palette is called the Caviar and Rubies eyeshadow palette. I mean, it melts me. You open it up, it comes with a really nice mirror, really heavy duty, and then you get 9 eyeshadows. Now this is luxury, there's just no doubt about it, because it comes in at $75 for this. What? Like, where is the real ruby? Where's the real gems? And from what I can see, all of their 9 pan palettes seem to be $75 in that range, and it's just incredible to me, because I think that it's insane for a palette to be between the $50 and $60 range, which is where high-end palettes usually fall. So for me, and you usually get more than 9 shadows with high-end palettes as well. So this blew my mind. I got this from a subscriber and a good friend, and I feel beyond blessed to be able to have this and any of these products and all of these products that I will talk about today. I'm speechless. I mean, just the name calls luxury, caviar and rubies, and this is a very heavy packaging. The packaging alone is far better than any high-end palette that I have, so I can tell that the price is definitely going into the packaging as well, and you are going to have a palette that is going to be sturdy, that is unlike anything else that you probably have. It's kind of like the Da Vinci limited edition quad that I have, that is a lot like this, which I've noticed about luxury palettes. The actual packaging of that quad is so heavy, and it's only about this size. It's heavier than any palette I have. I could hurt someone. I could throw that and knock someone out. Like, it's heavy. But now that we're off track, my point is that palettes like this have some weight to them, and you are going to notice that. So with the price, you're paying for the packaging as well, and you are going to get what you pay for. Within the shadows, however, though, I have noticed, because I've noticed that a lot of luxury palettes seem to have this kind of shade right here in the middle, which is a kind of like Vaseline clear sheer gel type of eyeshadow with extreme glitter in it, which is like a top coat for any shadow that you want to put it over top of that's within the palette. And I've never liked them. I've never liked them. I always thought that they didn't work, they didn't come off, it was just glitter everywhere, and that's not the case with this one. I'm actually wearing it on my eyes today. It's really hard to pick up on camera, which is such a shame, because the glitter from this, the just pure gorgeousness of what this middle shade does for any shadow that you put it over, blows my mind every time I use this. Like, I'm so completely satisfied with that middle shade. I've tried a couple of palettes that were like this, built like this, and that middle shade was just a letdown. That over top glitter sheer kind of gel over top, whatever you want to call it, they were always such a letdown, and I always wondered why they put those in the palettes until I got this palette, and it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Now this comes with, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mattes. So you have a matte here, 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 and here. So you have 2 on each side, and then this one down here. And then you have 3 shades here, here at the bottom, and here that are like a sheer kind of, I don't even want to say sheer, I want to say shimmer, like a satin shimmer almost, you know. So they kind of, this one's more of a satin, this is a satin, and this is more of a kind of like a shimmer. So you do have a mix of what you're going to get. You have a dark navy blue, you have kind of a chocolatey brown, which I'm actually using on the outside of my eyes today. You have a black or an extremely dark brown. You have more of a gray taupe, and then you have that gorgeous diamondy top coat. And then you have more of a neutral light brown tannish color, maroon, a dark maroon, a light pink, and then a shimmery kind of taupe. So you get a really nice range of colors within this, and the mattes are like dry, chalky matte. And with that, it can be extremely scary, because with shadows like that, it's usually a lot like Tarte, who messes up their shadows. They're very chalky, hard to blend, and patchy. That's not the case with this. They're dry and super pigmented, but you can blend these out with such ease that it's shocking. There isn't fallout. There is fallout with that middle shade there. There will be a little bit of glitter on your face, but it doesn't bother me. It's not like a crazy amount, so it doesn't bother me at all. But there's not fallout. The shimmers and satins are so creamy and delicate and beautiful. I've noticed with a lot of luxury items and shadows, a lot of people are going for straight pigment, and that's all they care about. And a lot of luxury palettes don't have that as much, because you'll notice that over in France and in the place where luxury is everywhere, people don't wear such harsh pigment on their eyes. And I think that that's why a lot of luxury palettes don't have that. But this does. This gives you both of the best of both worlds. So do I think that this palette is completely worth that price? No. I can't. I can't sit here and say that I would save up and purchase another palette of them, of Bobbi Brown's, for $75. I just could never do it. I might want to, but I just financially could never do it, when you can get similar shades in high-end palettes, or even maybe drugstore palettes. They're not going to compare to the quality of the ingredients in this or the formulation, but you can get the same colors. You know, when you're broke, you learn to work with what you have. Now, if this is something that is not a big deal to you, you can make payment plans on it, because I know that Nordstrom and other places, I don't know if Nordstrom, I think, but you know, a lot of those places allow you, Beautylish allow you to make payments. If it's something that you could afford and you're like, is it something that I should buy? Is it going to be good? Is the actual product good? It's fantastic. So if this is something that is in your price range, that's something that you could just go out and purchase if you wanted, or is easily accessible to you during holidays and things, I say grab it. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous palette. You're going to love it. There's really nothing bad about it. Nothing that I personally can say that's bad about it, except for you get it dirty. Really, really dirty. But it's a gorgeous palette on the outside. It's a gorgeous palette on the inside. It performs gorgeously. So it all depends on your budget. But if you are like me and you don't have the budget for this, and it would have to be like the one thing I bought in the year, I don't think that it's worth it. Alright, now I want to talk about some brushes, and some brushes that I was over the moon to receive, and that is Goss. Goss brushes. Now within this, I have two separate sets. A face set, which retails for $250, and you get 6 brushes. And then I have the eye set, which retails for $130, and you get 5 brushes. That's luxury. Whoa. Now I want to talk about the face set first. Now they come in this cardboard cylinder kind of case. It comes with a top. I didn't keep the top. I only kept the bottom just to put them in my vanity, because honestly they were so luxury. I didn't want them sitting with my other brushes. Just like, you can't sit with us. No. That's how snotty these brushes are. Look at the packaging. On Wednesdays we wear pink. The first thing I want to say right off the bat, if I'm going to pay around $250 for 6 of your brushes, I better get something to put them in that's a lot better than a cardboard circular box thing. This is ridiculous. I think that this is so bad. I think you should at least get an actual makeup brush carrying kit for that kind of money. Like, make me feel like you appreciate my purchase. That's something right off the bat that I was not impressed with. They could have done a lot better than that. Like, a cardboard cylinder, really? But let's go on to the brushes here. Now, you get in this set, you get the number 12 brush, which I use for blush. You get the number 15, which is a fan brush for highlighting or whatnot. You get the number 11 brush, which I use for bronzer. You get the number 10 brush, which you can use for a bunch of things. I believe I've used this for highlight. And then you get the number 13 brush, which is kind of like a buffer brush. And then you get the number 14, which is a longer, kind of fluffier highlighting brush. Within this, you get a ton of brushes that are very vital. However, to just be straight up honest here and very blunt about it, I think that buying the sets is only like necessary if you're going to use every single one out of it. If you're not sure you're going to use every single one out of it, do not get them. Purchase them separately, because the prices of these, especially even separately, they range from like 30 to 60 and up. I mean, it's insane individually. But these brushes are amazing. They're downright the best brushes I've ever used in my life. But the sets, you get like this one. I don't know if I'll ever use that, because I don't do fan brushes. I don't like the way that they perform on my skin. I don't like what they do for me. Like this brush here, this is more of for foundation and things like that. And I just don't use brushes for my foundation. So, and then this one here, this long highlighting brush, I really don't like what this does for my highlight either. So these 3 brushes I won't use really enough to validate the price of them, or the price of the set. These 3 brushes, however, I will use so much, and then when they break or something bad happens to them, I will bury them in a funeral. That's how much I love them. I would say that these are worth buying. These are worth saving up for. These are worth having. But the sets, for me personally, no, not worth it. Now these are as well, they're natural hair. They are natural goat hair. They're undyed natural goat hair. They feel like a bunny's ear. Like, they're so soft. They glide, and I love touching my face with these. They are so soft, but if you are cruelty free, I mean, some of these say that they're like, I don't know if Goss says that this is cruelty free, but a lot of places that use real animal hair for their brushes will still say it's cruelty free. I don't understand that, but it is what it is. I guess they brush the animal and just take the hair that way, but I know that a lot of cruelty-free people and vegan people just do not agree with that. So that is something to think about. Now, because they have natural hair, they shed. They shed and they shed. When I used this, I had the hairs all over my shirt. I've washed these and it still happens. And so coincidental or ironic, I guess you could say, is I wash these in goat's milk soap. It's all about the goats. Woo. But it works perfectly in washing them and keeping them clean without staining and keeping their shape. So I love these. I just think that you need to buy them individually. And that's how they are more worth it. But I do think that if you want brushes that are going to give you the most out of your money, do the most for your face, and give you the most of the formula out of the products that you're using with them, that is the way to go. They are amazing. They are worth every cent, but only get the sets if you're actually going to use every single brush. Now, with this brush set, these brushes, almost every single one, to be honest, I can use, and I think that it is a valuable set. They have brushes I've never seen before, brush shapes I've never seen before, but I found a use for, and I use every single one. This is a $130 set. To be honest, I would purchase it with my own money. I'd go right out and I would buy it the moment that I actually had the extra money to, or I would do the payment plans. This eye set has done so much for my eye looks. A lot of you who are not new here have been telling me how my eyes have been looking amazing, my blending is great, how I've upped what I'm doing with my skill of my makeup, and that's because of these brushes. These brushes are everything, and I have not found that the actual eye brushes shed. So that's another thing to think about. It's just the face set that seems to do that. So, I mean, I think that these are worth it. I think that you should grab this, or at least grab them individually, and the number one I would say to get is the number 16. Or if you have a smaller eye shape, get the number 17. 16 and 17. These blending brushes, I'm telling you, it will change the game for you. It will change the game. Alright, and the last product that I want to talk about is a beauty tool that may be pretty familiar to you if you watch Tati Westbrook. This is the Nurse Jamie Uplift Massaging Beauty Roller. This is just the packaging for it. It's not the actual product. It's right here. But you may have seen Tati rave about this. She raves about this so much. She says it's amazing. It's the best thing that she's ever used. She uses it constantly. And I was pretty excited to be able to try it out. Now this comes in at $69 for this little metal purple rod called Nurse Jamie. 70 bucks for this thingy. Now when you get the box, you only get this little piece of paper that really just, it gives you directions, you know, where to roll it and how to roll it, and then it gives you pictures on where and how to roll it. And it's pretty easy. It's pretty easy. You just roll it back and forth, or you lift it up and roll, roll, roll. Okay, it's very, very cooling, and it's massaging because of these little balls that are hard as a rock, and they will leave little marks while you're doing it on your skin. I like to use this in the morning. This is an amazing depuffing tool because the metal stays cold. So if I have puffy eyes, which I always do, and I just go over and go over and go over it before I do my skincare, I have found such a reduction in the puffiness of my eyes, in my face. If I eat a lot of salt the night before and I just wake up and I'm like, this just helps reduce that by so much. It was a little shocking. Now on the actual site, which is Nordstrom, which you can get this, it says that it's an innovative beauty tool for the face and body. You can use it for your body as well, with a unique hexagon shape that holds 24 massage stones to temporarily energize, enhance, revive, and uplift your skin. I want to really put emphasis on where they say temporary, because this is temporary. I saw a lot of people going, oh my god, it's like a facelift. No, it's really not. It's really not. It's not going to give you a facelift. It's nothing permanent. There's no long lasting benefits of this like there would be with skincare. This is just a in my opinion, this is just a pre-treatment thing. Something to do before face masks, something to do before your skincare, something to do before makeup that is going to maybe about 30% reduce the puffiness in your face, help you even with fine lines and wrinkles, because it really does kind of work it out. I mean, I like this. It feels good. It wakes you up in the morning because it's super cold. It's cold as shit. But I like it. Do I think that it's worth the $70? No. I think that you can find something on Amazon that's probably a lot like this for a lot cheaper. I mean, honestly, it's just a metal spinny thing that has some rocks in it. It works. Don't get me wrong. Tati is not a liar. It does work, but I do think that there are other things on the market that are cheaper for people who cannot financially do this. I think that there's something else. And if I can find that, I will leave it down below underneath the link for this. I think this is worth it if you have the money. If you have the money, you go ahead and you get this sucker, because it will show you the results that you want if you're looking for a depuffing tool. Something to wake you up, a pre-treatment, a little boost to whatever kind of skincare or face mask you're going to be using. You will really like this, and you will see the results almost instantly with that. However, if you don't have that problem, if you thought something else about that tool, that is not what it is. It's no miracle worker. It's not going to do anything that's going to make you look 10 times younger, anything that's going to make you look extremely different. It's just going to help you with the puffiness on your jawline, on your neck, you know, down on your décolleté, you know, your eyes, your cheeks, anything. You know, it really does help. It really, really does. Enough for me to keep it and keep using it and really, really enjoy it. But I do think that there are other things on the market that are a lot cheaper. A lot cheaper. Alright, so that is everything that I wanted to talk about today, just for the sake of time. Just for the sake of time, I don't want to have you guys here too long. So those 3 products are really what I would call luxury products, and well, I think that there are amazing products. Some of them are not worth it, but some of them, like the Goss eye brush set, I think is completely worth it, and those 3 face brushes are so beyond worth it. So beyond worth it. I mean, the Bobbi Brown palette really just depends on your financial boundaries, where you are at, what your capabilities are, because that palette is gorgeous and you will be happy with it, but you are, in my opinion, overpaying a lot for that. $75 for a 9-pan shadow, a 9-pan palette, like shadow palette. Like, that is insane to me. I can't fathom it in my mind. I just can't. But the Nurse Jamie thing, well, I think it's great, and I do use it, and I will continue to use it because I have it. I think that there's probably cheaper on the market, which I will leave listed down below if I can find. If I can't, there won't be any links there, and you know that the Nurse Jamie is just what it is, and you probably should have it if it's something you're interested in. So if this is something that you want me to make a series and keep doing when I keep getting products like this, and just seeing if maybe it's worth it for people who are in our budget range or just any budget range that you're in, if you want me to continue to do this, just let me know in the comments below and give this video a thumbs up. I really do hope that you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you in my next one.